really do want me back. They're trying to woo me. Thank you.
Girl, for the last time, this is Peacock.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3, Episode 1, and they're in Thailand. This is actually very entertaining. I did not think I was actually going to be this entertained. I watched the first Ultimate Girls Trip, and it was, for me, I felt like it was like a lot of egos. It was the first one, so, you know, trying to see how this works. I mean, it was good. The second one, I really didn't watch it that much. I got some clips. I watched a lot of reviewers. I watched Erica De Niro TV. I watched Rodney the Voice's reviews, Color Me Pink's reviews, but it wasn't something that I was just like, I want to watch this. I heard that was good, so I'm just like, I might go back. But this one, I think I'm gonna like it. Like the vibe, the girls, it's weird because it's like the girls, it makes sense and they all gel really good together. Here's the thing. I would say majority of the cast I don't like, or I'm on the fence. The only person in this cast that I'm like, I love her, is Candace. Everybody else I either don't like, don't support, or I'm really on the fence. We'll go down the list. Love Candace. Giselle, I do not like. Portia, I'm on the fence because of her TV show and because of a lot of stuff that she did that really seemed very like a lot of hypocrisy. I felt like on Portia's show that she had made her look horrible, and it made her look worse than what she was already, and then she stole someone's husband, so it's just like character flaw, right? Heather, Whitney, I'm on the fence with them. I'm gonna give them a pass because last season they tried to play producer, they tried to produce scenes, it did not work. Heather with his black eye, Whitney with all these lies that she did in the beginning, and then you're friends with Lisa Barlow now. It makes no sense. Leah, I'm on the fence with Leah. Roni was definitely one of the shows. Roni and OC were one of the shows that I did not really care for. I watched it just to watch it. Roni, the last season of Roni was terrible. It just seemed like I get they had COVID restraints, and I get that all that other things, but no. You saw how Beverly Hills, they had COVID restraints, and Beverly Hills knocked it out the park. Okay, thank you, Erica. Alexa and Marisol, I just got through Miami. I just watched that. That should be coming, I'll say at least Saturday. So with Miami, headache. When I say I'm happy to see that, you know, they're actually gonna have some type of discord because they for me, they give me, you know, Alexia's the brain and Marisol's the mouth, vice versa. And it's just irritating. But that's how it is right now. I'm happy to see that we're going to talk about Jen Shaw. We're going to talk about this black eye. We're going to talk about Portia stealing someone's husband. We're going to talk about Candace versus Giselle. There's a lot of stuff we're talking about, and I'm excited that, you know, the girls want to get down to what we want to know.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
So basically everything starts off with all the girls, you know how they do in the beginning. They talk, they FaceTime, they chit-chatting, trying to get to see who's going, where we're going, this, that, and the third. You see Candace and Giselle talking to each other, and it's just weird for me because I'm just like, okay, y'all are not cool. Y'all weren't cool all season 7, which this was filmed after season 7, but the reunion was filmed before, after this. So the timeline of the situation was season 7, the reunion. And I don't feel like Candace saw all the things that Giselle said about Chris. So I think that's why Candace was a little bit cordial with Giselle, because towards the end of season 7, Candace was very cordial, and she's like, well, you know, I can't hold on to drama long.
Well, you need to.
Because at the end of the day, they aren't cool at all, right? Heather, Whitney are still in this fake, I ain't gonna say it's fake, but it's just like, just call it what it is. Like, you're mad at her for this situation. Y'all not gonna be cool. Don't sit up here and just like kiki like, oh girl, you're ready for this? Yes, it's gonna be good. Salt Lake City's gonna take over. No. First of all, y'all two are literally lambs for the slaughter. The way that they did Heather and Whitney, more so Heather, it literally is a little fish in a pond of sharks. And the sharks aren't even that dangerous. There's only 3 in there that I'm just like, you probably got worried about. Probably 4. But everybody else is just like, Like, I feel like the big hitters that are really there, Candace, Giselle, Portia, and Alexia. And Alexia, just because Alexia is just very self-centered, self-absorbed. We saw that in the reunion where she can just get, if someone goes against her ideals, she'll stand down on her beliefs 10 toes. Okay. So we basically see all the girls start arriving to, you know, the place in Thailand that they're staying at, and it's amazing. It's gorgeous. The architecture, everything is amazing. Giselle gets there, and she basically greets Alexia there. We also see the concierge, Pepsi. He's gonna be like our. First of all, I think I'm gonna love Pepsi because he's there to help. He's there to give the girls some type of direction of where they're going. This is what they're doing. To be honest, I feel like the producers played a little bit in that, but you know, he's the face of it, right? So Giselle's basically giving Alexis the rundown on all the girls, and she says like, you know, I love Candace, and you know, this and the third. I love Heather. I met this person. I met that. I'm just like, you love Candace, and I'm just like, girl, after all the stuff you just did to Candace during the season and all the stuff you have said, goodbye. But like I said, like the timelines are a little bit difficult. So, you know, as they're talking, Candace shows up and she's very cute. She keeps it cute with Giselle. I'm just like, okay. But we flash over to Portia, Leah, and Marisol. They're all arriving together and they're basically, you know, excited to meet the girls. I think they said that they met Heather before, this and the third. Giselle, Whitney comes in, and Whitney basically greets everybody and this and the third. She sits down. Giselle's like, I'm gonna wait for Heather to get here because we want to talk about the Jen Saw stuff. Like, what's going on? She's going to jail. Like, at the end of the day, we need to know what really happened. What's the tea? I'm a fan of Heather. I like Heather. Like I said before, I'm in the fence with Heather because I really did like Heather season 1, season 2, but season 3 really threw a wrench for me because of the whole black eye thing. And I'm just like, girl, you're gonna have to be honest. At the end of the day, the girl is in jail. So just start being honest because you're trying to, like, she's like, well, you know, I'm just such a gullible person. And she's so, what is it, self-deprecating. And it's not attractive. It's not like enjoyable to watch somebody be so self-deprecating and so like, well, you know, I'm gullible and I'm this. And, you know, the reason why people can take advantage of me because I'm just so gullible. I'm just like, girl, that's a you problem, not them, you know? So, all the girls start coming in. They all hug, this and the third. Kiss, 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 kiss. Giselle starts grilling. And she's like, okay, Jen Saw told you that she was innocent, but she changed her plea to guilty. Like, what's going on? And, you know, first of all, while Giselle was grilling, this little thing popped out on the bottom of my screen, talk about interact with exclusive interview. I'm like, what's going on? So now you can over here obtain like exclusive interviews while watching the show as well. And I like the fact that you could, like, I think the first one was like Candace, Alexia, Marisol, like you get their type of point of view. I love that aspect of it. Girl, hush. Leah comes in very hot and says to Heather, you know, so you've been manipulated by a narcissist. That's basically what you're telling us because, you know, you're saying that you're so gullible, this, that, and the third. Like, Jen Shaw was a narcissist. You got manipulated. And then, like I said, she was like, I'm so gullible. I'm so helpless. Like, girl, you're grown. With kids. So they all go outside and they basically start praying to, like, they give, like, the offerings to one of the statues and they pray, this, that, and the third. That's what they do. And everyone goes and say what they have to say. And I just found it funny that, you know, Whitney threw some shade at Giselle. And she said, you know, keep us all safe from the drama. Turns around and looks at Giselle. Giselle peeps it. And she's just like, girl, at the end of the day, like, keep it cute. Because if you want me to bring the drama, I could really do that. But it was cute and it was funny. Alexia and Marisol starts talking, you know, in Spanish. And then the producers are putting subtitles of what Giselle thinks they're saying. And they just, you know, they're just talking Spanish. A lot of Spanish people do this, like they basically have like English and Spanish mixed together, just like conversations. And Giselle's like, that Spanish stuff, y'all need to stop that because we don't know what y'all talking about. And I knew that the girls were gonna feel some type of way because I would too. Like, you're not about to tell me that I can't speak my native tongue. Okay, so Pepsi tells the girls to go inside, get settled, look for your rooms, and, you know, thank God that the rooms were assigned to every woman there because it skips the easiest and the pettiest fight. Who's gonna get the best room on cash trips, right? We saw that in Salt Lake City. Like, girl. Portia in her confessional was like, yes, Bravo want me back. Cause she see her room. Her room is nice too. She's like, yeah, Bravo wants me back. Yes, thank you, Bravo. Y'all really spent a coin. And the producer's like, girl.
Once again, this is Peacock, not Bravo.
I know they over here trying, but you have to realize you can't falter. I mean, All the shows are over here. Like, come on now. I've missed Portia. I miss her funny banter. I miss her personality. Hopefully she can come back for season 16. I think it's 16, 17. Hope she can come back and, you know, she could bring some type of flavor to Atlanta. Atlanta does feel like it's missing something, but it does feel like it's getting back to its original spot, and I'm not mad at it. But I do miss Portia. I just don't want her to be like, oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm getting out. I'm going away. Like, girl, just come back, face the music, because you're going to have to face the music. The girls are going to grill you about stealing that girl's husband. Period. That's just what it is. Like, you already know what's going to be. So just face the music, let it be that, and you'll be done. You're already married to that man, so it's like they can't say too much, right? So we find out Leah's room is like the smallest room. Tim's room wasn't bad, but her room was definitely not great. Okay. And I could see Leah, not this upcoming season of Roni, but the next following season of Roni on the reboot. I could see Leah coming back as like the 7th woman, because we know that one of the girls got kicked out. We see the early bonds forming with Leah and Candace, and then Giselle and Portia. And Giselle and Portia start talking about Candace, and Portia's like, okay, I saw on Twitter that me and Candace gonna have it out. Like, why are people talking about that? Like, what's going on? And you see Candace over here with Leah talking about, well, you know, and they're chatting with Whitney as well. And Candace asked, like, how are you and Heather, because y'all supposed to be beefing, like, what's going on? And we find out, like, you know, at the reunion, they still are beefing, like, they're still not good. So, I mean, but Whitney says that, you know, we had a hard season and we just swept it under the rug. That's just what we do. And I'm just like, if you're conscious and you know that y'all sweep stuff under the rug, then why do you still do it? That's the thing that pisses me off, because I'm just like, y'all sweep stuff under the rug and act like nothing happens. Or Heather is going to be over here like, I don't remember saying that. Yes, you do, ma'am. Put the bottle down. Anybody got time? Now, Marisol might be drinking, but Marisol don't get like Heather. Heather gets drunk. Okay? They ask Candace about Giselle, and Candace tells them, like, you know, don't trust her, but she's a good time. She's always been a good time, but she's messy. She would throw your business in your face, and she does stuff for the show. And she was like, I can't truly be mad at someone that is dedicated to the chaos. And I'm assuming she means, like, you know, Giselle's motive is the show. Can't be mad at that. Giselle tells Portia about, you know, how dumb Heather was. It was for supporting Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw played her, and Jen was all these seasons, from season 2 to season 3. I'm saying all these seasons, like 2 seasons. But I'm innocent. Oh my God, my family. I swear on my kids. I swear on my mother. Took money from her mother, took money from her husband. All this stuff. Was taking money from these victims, then pleaded guilty. And like Alexia said down at the table when they finally got to lunch, she was just like, I mean, she was facing 30 years, so she had to do what she had to do. Granted, cool, that's fine. But my whole thing is, if I didn't do something, I didn't do it. But at the end of the day, like Coach Shaw said in Salt Lake City, there was something that came out that basically incriminated Jen, period. So Giselle and Portia, mostly Giselle, come up with, you know, the idea to start the mess at the first lunch. And Portia just like, girl, not at the first lunch. Like, we starting off already. Yeah, girl, yeah. We only got 8 episodes. We gotta get through it. So Heather and Giselle and Portia are at the, are first downstairs at the little lounge before they're about to eat and everything. Heather starts talking, and she says, like, let's get Leah drunk. And Giselle's like, okay, that's weird, because, you know, Leah doesn't drink, and you know that Leah is like a recovering alcoholic, and you know she had her history on Roni when she talked about alcoholism and all these other things and like drugs. So you know, Leah walks in and they ask her, like, you know, so you're not drinking this week, right? She's like, what happens if you would drink? That was Giselle said, if you drink this week,
What happened?
Leah's like, I mean, it will destroy my life. Like, it will ruin everything that I built. And Giselle's like, well, Heather said that we're going to try to get you drunk this week. So that's what Heather said. You need to talk to Heather, because that's what Heather said. Heather said that out of her mouth. That's what Heather said. And Heather's like, and that's when Heather realized, bitch, this ain't no vacation. This is still Housewives, and this is still a show. And that's Heather's downfall. She is naive, because first of all, she asked that stupid ass question, because then she says, well, you know, I read your book, and you know, I read all about your situation. So I'm trying to figure out why she would even say that, because Leah was just like, okay, so you read my book and you're gonna basically try to get me drunk. You know my struggles with drug addiction and alcohol, so why would you want to put me in a situation where I'm gonna relapse? So, you know, Heather goes upstairs to basically go get the Miami girls because they're taking 10 years to come downstairs. Leah's downstairs talking shit, and she's just like, yeah, you know, why would she even try to do that? Like, you read my book and you try to give me a relapse? That's just so crazy. And just, who does that? I always feel like when you first meet people, they might say dumb stuff, but at the end of the day, you give them the benefit of the doubt because you don't know who they are. You don't know who they are as a person. You don't know if they mean that. You don't know if it's just the alcohol. You don't know if it was just like a bad choice of words. So it's like you do give people the benefit of the doubt. But I can see why Leah was upset. But you know, they table it. All the Miami girls come. Well, two. They come and they finally all start eating, sit down. Giselle asked Portia about, you know, how does she navigate this platform? And, you know, Portia gave a lot of insight where you're just like, you know, when I first got on the show, you know, I was very new. That's when I first downloaded Instagram. And then season 2, I got a divorce. And then season 3, you know, I needed to start a business to try to do something to try to monetize while I'm on the show. And then it just spiraled into like who she is today. Giselle asked Heather, is there an issue with Whitney? Because we all know there is an issue with Whitney. Whitney talked about how she felt about Heather in season 3. Like, you know, the goal was to go after Lisa Barlow. That's basically what I got from it. The goal was to go after Lisa Barlow. Heather was not wasn't on the plan. And basically they're like, well, why would you do that? Because, you know, at the end of the day, like, she says she didn't say it, so it is what it is. And Whitney's just like, girl, we're filming a reality TV show. That's just what we do. So everybody's like, girl, so you don't do stuff for TV. If it happens naturally, it happens naturally, but you don't do stuff for TV. And everybody's just like, oh my God, you don't do that. You don't do that. Almost every person at that table has said some mess that has been effed up about someone else. Portia, Candy, come on. Candace didn't say anything, but still. Candace, Ashley, Giselle, everybody. Alexia, Nicole, Adriana, damn near your whole cast. Marisol, damn near your whole cast. Whitney, Lisa Barlow, Meredith, Jen, Heather, everybody. Leah, your whole cast. So we can't sit up here and act like we're higher and mighty than Whitney because she wanted to basically try to produce a scene. She did it badly, but still, I mean, girl, it is what it is. Heather basically said that, you know, she starts getting emotional. She's just like, you know, it all came out the blue and you wanted me to get behind a story that I didn't know about. She said, you're not about blindsided. And like I said, they tabled the conversation because it's just too much. And it's too much about nothing. They're going around in a circle, not getting to the root of what it is. Right? Pepsi, he does his first impressions. They sit him down, just like, what do you think about the women? You know? He said Whitney's beautiful, Giselle is funny, Portia is wow. Alexia, I don't know if he said queen or evil. I don't know how those two came together. I just don't know. I think he said queen, but Heather's a princess. Leah is calm, but she has a secret that he wants to find out. Marisol is beautiful. Candace is princess and the superstar Candace. That's what he said. So everyone's getting ready. Candace is taking her sweet little time, trying to come downstairs to get ready. I'm just like, Candace, girl, you've never been the Robin of your season. So why are you being the Robin here? Like, girl, come on now. So the girls basically, you know, they all get into the car. They go into the restaurant. Leah feels a way about Heather, and she says that, you know, Heather over here making these comments about my sobriety is just very weird. Like, I don't know why she did that. Whitney brings up, well, you know, Heather did bring up the fact that, you know, all these followers, and she said that, you know, she wants to room with Portia because Portia had all these followers, and they just feel like Heather's very fame hungry right now. I mean, I don't blame her. I mean, she's on TV 3 seasons in. Her fan base is growing. She has a book out now. Like, I mean, I can see why, but it is where Heather does act like a fan half the time, where it's just like, girl, you just need to sit back and just enjoy your time there and just do what you do on your show. The girls arrived at the restaurant without Candace, and they all start getting dizzy because they've been drinking all day. Candace finally shows up. She takes her shoes off because she over here got stuck in the floor. Then Giselle brings up this damn game. We all know it's about to be messy because that's just who Giselle is, right? So it's basically who gave you the best impression, who gave you the worst impression. They didn't get to all the women because of how they were flashing through, but Giselle said Leah and Heather. She basically said that Heather, you know, I thought you were gonna be very forthright and very forthcoming, and it just seems like you don't stand in who you are and what you say. And I just feel like Heather's getting a class in one-on-one dragging. How to get dragged by everybody in the group. And literally it's like a sacrificial lamb, and you're just like, girl, like, what are we doing? Leah said that, you know, Portia was her favorite, and then Heather, obviously, for obvious reasons. They make up, they talk about it, and it was what it was. Heather over here looking like she is a wasted child. Marisol said Portia, and then she said Giselle. She's just like, you know, you basically I felt offended by the fact that you want to bring up me speaking Spanish. That's my native tongue, and just very offensive that you didn't want me to say what I have to say. Like, I'm gonna say what I have to say because that's my native tongue. That's just how we talk. Giselle apologized because she just said that, you know, my twins speak Spanish. I just don't like the fact when they do that to me, and I don't know what they be saying. I get it, because every time you walk into the room people start speaking English and they switch up to Spanish, you automatically think like, why are they switching up? But sometimes it's just natural. You can't help that, right? Alexia clocks Giselle's tea, and she's just like, Giselle, so is the reason that you ask all the girls questions because you don't want people to ask about your tea? Is that what it is? Giselle's like, I mean, you can ask whatever you want. I'm gonna just answer the question. Candace is like, no. Giselle answers questions very finicky. She go beat around the bush. She gives you a very dry response. Like, who you dating? She's like, I'm dating someone. Not being specific. That's just how Giselle is. And Giselle knows how to play this game. So Whitney brings up that, you know, she at first didn't think she'll like Candace because, you know, Candace was shaming Ashley, and it was just very hard to see and watch how Candace was going against Ashley while she was pregnant and all that other thing. But y'all gotta realize that, yes, Candace did say what she said, but we're not about to miss the fact that that Ashley, with baby in stomach, was still being messy. She came to Williamsburg, dropped that bomb on Wendy, and then left. She over here was tweeting with Candace while she was in labor. She didn't have to keep tweeting. She did, though. Now, Candace is wrong, but we're not about to miss the fact that Ashley was wrong, too. We're not about to give, like, you want to give Ashley grace because she's pregnant. And I see exactly where Candace is coming from. Now, I'm still going to hold Candace, like, accountable because she was messy. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, I see what she's saying. But, you know, Portia jumps in and chimes in, and she throws shade at Candace. She's just like, you know, Candace, you know, I feel like the way that Candace handled the situation, Candace started cutting her off, and she said, look, I'm not done with my sentence. Let me talk. I said, oh, okay. Candace sit back and said, okay. She said, I feel like, you know, Candace didn't really fully know exactly what the ignorant comments and the ignorant things that she was saying to Ashley. I think she was just talking out of anger. She just didn't know exactly what she was saying that was ignorant. I was like, ooh, child. Candace is like, I know exactly what I was saying, and I said it because I wanted to be mean to her because she was being mean to me, period. And even though, and you know, Portia was like, okay, that's just being mean AF and this, that, and the third. That's how it ends because, you know, a bug lands on the table, everybody starts freaking out. One thing I can respect about Candace is the fact that, look at the camera, is the fact that Candace is going to say something. She's going to mean what she say, and she's going to say the reason why I said it is because you did this to me, so I wanted to hurt you the same way that you hurt me. It's not I just said it because I was drunk, and I don't know why I said, like you got Adriana in Real Housewives of Miami, so but I don't know why I said it. I don't know why would I say that. If Candace gonna say it, she knows exactly why she said it, and I respect it. Now I probably don't like it because that comment that she did make during the reunion this time did throw me a little loop. But at the end of the day, I respect it, and I can do nothing but that. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe. I think I'm definitely gonna like this show. I think episode 2 should come out. I'm off work on Sunday, so around Sunday, Monday, look out for it. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.